How about Shimei Shai? Bashim Rakakudah, Shalom to the 144,000 and rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, breaking news. Bomb threat. Breaking news, bomb threat. I can't see the rest. I got to bring this up because this is on one YouTube page. It's not on the regular media. So this came up 26 minutes ago. Dabu 7 uploaded. Evacuation underway. Kansas City International Airport placed on lockdown for potential threat. So if you're in there, you're stuck. You're stuck. What did Marvin Gaye say? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We know what's going on. Okay, let me see here. Okay, this is uploaded. GMS was 144% correct about the digital implant going worldwide. Okay, let me click on this. But anyway, you got it. Bomb threat reported at Kansas City Airport. It's not on CNN. It's not on Fox. Anyway, let's open this up. GMS Maccabean Spirit 144.
Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that they may run that readeth it. For the vision is set for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
If you read that in the NLT, it's a little bit different, but it explains it even better in the NLT. Sometimes going to the NLT is a little bit more, explains it better than KJV, but KJV is good.
Call Halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakah Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. The would-be judges, the 144,000, the tabernacle of David, who are ordained in the Bible to be the ruling class people here on earth in the kingdom of heaven, on earth as it is in heaven, over all the other nations for eternity, under the authority of who the world falsely and fraudulently called JC. His name is Yahushai. And to the rest of the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen nations, that have the appearance of the heathen nations. All right, this is not a black only thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson. And this man, Gerald Salente, I do believe is one of those speckled birds that I'm speaking of. All right, one of those Israelites of the Italian band. All right, Italy was full of jakes and dark people, dummies. But this, especially Sicilians, and that's exactly what this guy is. But I have been watching this guy for the length that I've been in the truth, damn near. Because I was watching him in 2007, and he predicted the crash of 2008.
I don't know if y'all know this guy before YouTube. This guy was on like Fox News, and he's different on different news. Like you know how they have these experts. So when he started going another way, being too truthful, they kind of banned him. But he used to be on the regular news stations.
He kept saying it was gonna happen. I was watching his show, and lo and behold, it happened.
Another guy to watch is a guy named. There's a lot of people. A guy named Peter Schiff. He's from out of Connecticut. He tried to run for senator. And he tells the truth. he told him about I think he was a 2008 crash. He told him about crashes and stuff, and he used to be on regular news on the different financial. He used to be on CNBC. He used to be on Bloomberg, I believe. He was on Fox. He's on Fox Business, all these different news things, and all of a sudden they cut him. So he says he's supposed to be a small hat, but he tells the truth, you know. He's into that gold and silver thing.
Okay. He was a carnal watchman, but nevertheless a watchman. And his magazines, the Trends Institute.
Trends Journal.
What he does is he studies financial trends, and through that he's able to determine what happens before it happens, just based upon the spending and where the money goes, right? And he's pretty good at it.
Oh, he's in heavy into martial arts too. There's a couple of videos going back 15 years ago. He's heavy into martial arts, like street fighting.
Can be a Robert Kiyosaki, and who I actually met before, and I read his
another bad dude, Kiyosaki, rich man, poor man. I listen to him when I do my walks. He basically says America's shit. He's been saying that for years.
One of his books, that Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read that book probably 30 years ago, and all these guys have been sounding the same alarm, right? This guy Gerald Celente has been chronicling the downfall of America, saying it was going to happen. He said that silver and gold was going to go through the roof eventually.
I said that too.
All right. But without any further ado, I'm going to play. This is a 55-minute video. We're going to start the 15-minute mark of this interview on Kitco News, because this wasn't his show. This was on Kitco. You know, you see the Trends sign, because I guess he's in his office. But there's Trends Magazine, Trends Institute. You know, you can learn a lot from Gerald Celente. I've learned a lot about finances and things of that nature, and how it actually coincides. He's a good resource to use to do lessons. All right, but here we go. Gerald Celente.
You're the year of the rat. You can't go to work, go home. You got to work from home. Your office vacancy rate in 2019 was around 11%. Now it's nearly 20%. I'm going back to the banks. No one is talking about the amount of failures that building owners cannot pay off their loans. They're hiding it. Let's go back to 2023. 3 banks: Signature, First Republic, and Silicon Valley Bank.
Silicon Valley, yeah.
Yeah, 3 banks went bust. What happened? 3 banks. Poof, down went the equity markets. Poof, up went gold. That's 3 banks. You're going to see banks unable to pay these mortgage loans that the owners of the buildings can't pay.
Let's pause it right there. This is
slow it down.
James Book of James. I almost want to go and grab my new Bible. I got that AMP. I'm excited to get into it. But this is James 5:1, and it reads, "Go now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. And the rich are sighing and crying," especially the low-level rich. You know, not the extremely rich, but the low-level rich is sighing and crying because they can see that their wealth is disappearing. And they're trying to figure out why these billionaires have all these bunkers. All right, understanding that wealthy men just don't waste money. All right, they know that something is up. I got a video that I need to go and rewatch so I can get that one lined up for a lesson. But it says your gold and silver is cankered. The rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hirers of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of
Kept
them
back by fraud. Meaning, people have been saying everything's going up. If you understood how money works, first of all, those paper dollars you got in your pocket is not money. Number two, them credit cards and them debit cards that you use, if you go to a BJ's or a Costco's and you go to checkout and they don't accept cash in that particular one, some that could accept cash and digital money. The digital money in your banks today is nothing but paper dollars in a digital form. That's not money. People going around saying everything's going up. If you understood how money worked, say it again. The paper dollars you got in your pocket, that's not money. The digital currency that you got in your bank system, that you got in your cards, that's not money. And I may even go into it in this same video. I may do it later, so you can watch. I can prove to you that this money, that so-called money is not. You don't call it money. It's just currency. It's what's current. It's fiat money. But anyway, let me go ahead and. Oh, this is what I was saying. I'm sorry. Short-term memory. This is what I'm saying. People are saying prices are going up. If you really understood money, you would say the value of the dollar is going down. Prices are not going. They appear to go up, but actually the volume of the money, the price is the same. But the value of the money is going down. That's why you need more FRNs to buy things. Anybody says the prices are going up, I know you don't know shit about the money. And I don't think economists really know. What they do is they regurgitate what they learned in whatever university they went to. They really don't understand money. Robert Kiyosaki, he understands money. As the elder said, he said he got his book. He met him. He actually met him. My cousin met him. Johanna met him. Talked to him. He gave him some advice too. This was years ago, man. This had to be 35 years ago. You know? So the elder, Malcolm, said he met him too. The man was a Marine. He fought in not World War I, II. Vietnam conflict. He's out of Hawaii. You know? He wrote a book called Rich Man Poor. Rich Man Poor. That's a movie. That's a series. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. His father was an educator, which was, he was living from hand to mouth. These school teachers, they don't financially, they suck. They suck, all of them. But he had a friend whose father was he was in the real estate. He brought up a lot of property in Hawaii, and he made money that way. And he used to talk and he used to show Robert Kiyosaki how it works. So he went to Fort Nam, and he knows about gold. He knows about a term, and I'm gonna throw this out at y'all. What's the term? What's the meaning of the term Gersham's law? Gersham's law. What's the meaning of that term? That's a homework assignment for you. And that also will prove to you that the Federal Reserve papers and the digital Federal Reserve, that's not real money. So let's go ahead. See, I got my financial cap on.
Entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. You have lived in pleasure on earth and been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Right? Because he that the scripture clearly says that, if you take of a man's wages, you kill of them. You kill them. All right? And America is notorious with different contractual laws and traps where they take individuals' wealth and wages from them. All right? And these hirers, these laborers, these workers are going to, you're talking about a Bacon's rebellion against the wealthy again. All right? You learned about the Bacon's rebellion of the 1600s. All right? That was a rebellion where the rich came up with this plan to divide and conquer, because all the working class people, being all the, the so-called Negroes, the natives, the Edomites, the Moabites were all working together, and they realized that they were all being screwed over by one group of people. So Esau Edom, with his wicked wisdom, decided, well, you know what, we need to do something. And what they did was they created the terminology of white, and put them over everyone of color. A year later, in 1682, they classified Negroes, all right, and that title went to both so-called descendants of African slaves and African slaves themselves. Also, that term Negro went to a majority of the Native Americans. Many of the Native Americans got reclassified as Negroes, right along with blacks and so-called blacks, and they were classified as one same people, because they were, and they knew it. But and what they did with this newfound whiteness, they gave so-called white people front of the line privileges. They could actually have a bank account. They could own a gun. They could own property. They could go to court.
The only one that had the right to vote was white landowners, which, in the South, they were slaves. White landowners, white men. Women couldn't. You go to the Suffrage Act. You go to the Voters' Right Act. They had to make an act for Negroes to vote, because really, without that act, you can't vote. And why would the fuck you vote any goddamn way?
Whereas people of color couldn't do so. They couldn't take anybody that was so-called white to court. They were at the end of the line. They didn't have front of line privileges. They got none of that. That caused the division that they needed, and they were easily able to conquer you. Fast forward to the future. Whiteness have run out, and now white people, so-called white people, are feeling the brunt of this collapse. The curses are falling upon them. All right, they can't take care of themselves. They're being told to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, only to find out that they don't have boots or straps. Their women are turning against them.
Oh yeah, Edomite women, they got a thing. You'd be surprised how many Edomite women dealing with Jake men. A lot of them do it behind their husband's back, their white husband's back, Esau's back. Some of them's outright doing it, letting it know. They on video. What kind of man you want to get with? White man, black man, black man.
Many of their women are actually going back to what they were doing, because when you go back to the 1600s, They put in laws to make so-called white women suffer for the intermarrying with Negroes and natives, because back in the 1600s, that's what most of the white women were choosing. That's historical record, right? You can go check with Theodore Allen, Jacqueline Badalora, Dr. Jacqueline Badalora, on those receipts. All right, Edomite women were choosing to be with men of color until Esau Edom put into law that these men of color no longer had the same rights that the so-called white man had,
which was set up because Jack Johnson was dealing and marrying with beautiful so-called white women, and in order for them to get back to them, they had to pass a federal law to make it a crime. Yeah, that's what they did when he fled to Cuba. Because these women preferred this man. This man was the Hercules, the black Hercules. Hercules.
That's how he got ahead. And even with this 400+ year head start, 500-year head start, he still is miserable and in the gutter now with the same people that he thought himself to be better than. It's all falling down and collapsing. Okay?
They're going to say keep the building. I don't want it. It's empty. They don't have the money, the banks, to pay this off. So
all these commercial property owners that own all these $1 million properties, downtown Chicago, downtown New York, downtown Cleveland, downtown Detroit, downtown wherever, downtown Dallas, downtown Kansas City, downtown Kansas City, Missouri, etc. All right, these buildings all emptied out and never filled up again. Jobs are steady declining.
It's gonna happen. Here, again, sometimes people call me a futurist. I'm not a futurist. You can't predict the future. There are too many.
When you go to the chat GPT, it tells you can read about a prophecy. Then they break it into categories. Scholars say this, Christians, the community say that. Then they'll mention futurists. We are futurists. We are we tell the future. So yes, there are futurists out there. We're telling you that this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Biblical war called the War of Armageddon.
Wild cards, whether they're made by humans or nature. Let's go back to the Panic of '08. As I said, the dot-com bust happens in March of 2000. The NASDAQ is down 80%. 9/11 happens. Everybody forgot about it. And they created this fake thing. You don't have a job. You out of work. You're deep in debt. Don't worry about it. Sign over here. You get a subprime mortgage. Remember that one? And how about
the time of a baby Bush? A lot of people got fucked over. Jake got fucked over on that.
Derivative scams. Okay. So now the banks are going bust. I thought there would be another crash in 2012.
And he predicted that, and I was hoping he was right because he had been right about everything else. But what did Esau Edom do? He's gonna tell you, but you know what? Esau Edom moved the goalposts.
Yeah, so there was supposed to be a crash. The government got involved. That's called socialism. When one of the first things that Obama did was he bailed out GM. Was it GM or Ford? I believe it was GM. Because they were about to go bust. So he had to give them so many billions of dollars. You can read about it. To prop it up. So if you got a mom and pop shop, the government ain't saying, oh, you're doing bad. For the 6 months you're doing bad, we're going to send you. They don't do that. They only do that to the major corporations because they work together. So it was either GM or Ford. He had gave them billions of dollars to prop them up.
As they always do. As they always do. They changed it, and you know, they moved the goalposts, and he's gonna break down quantitative easing.
It was 100% wrong. They didn't teach me about zero interest rate policy and a thing called quantitative easing in Economics 101 at graduate school. Go back to Bard College, Levy Institute, the Federal
Quantitative easing, he said he was 100% wrong about 2012 crash and following 2008 because he wasn't never taught about quantitative easing. And to his defense, no one in the world was. It was a new thing.
They just make shit up. Like the money that you have. The reason why it's called money, because the government said that's money right there. It ain't fucking money.
All right. It was a new creation which got us this far, and now it's run out.
You know what? It bring everything in balance. Jubilee year. You got a series every 7 years. You got a year of release. Then you got 7 years of release, which is every 7 years. You got 7 of them, which is 49 going into the 50th year. So the 49th year going into the 50th year is a jubilee. All debts, everybody gets a clean slate. Everything starts from ground zero. These people, these elite, didn't want to do that. All they got to do is apply one biblical law, and that's either the year of release or the jubilee. Everything will go back to normal. You start on a clean slate, because the question is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask this. See, this elder's giving me hype. Let me see something. Give me a second. What was I gonna ask him? Give me a second. I want to phrase this question right. Well, let me ask this question. Well, quantitative easings is just a fancy way of saying we dropping. You can borrow money. You don't gotta, like you get a house. You buy a house, you get a mortgage, you pay the house is $500,000, and it's gonna be cut up into 30 years, and you got an interest rate on it, whether it be 5%, 10%, or whatever. It makes it that much easier if you didn't have an interest rate. That's with a credit card. Reason why you can't pay off your credit cards because you got to pay the fucking interest. This is all a fucking scam. The fraud kept back by fraud, and that word, when you look up the word fraud in the Greek, the word goes back to kept back. That means you held something back, which is fraud. You were supposed to give them this and you held it back. So there's a lot going on, you know. Was it going to help? I'm going to phrase this right here. did Obama bail out GM? Yes, President Barack Obama oversaw the reconstruction and financial rescue of General Motors. Obama oversaw the reconstruction because it was dead. It was dead and buried, so he brought it back to life. Restructuring and financial rescue, because if he didn't come and rescue them, there'd be no more GM. Of General Motors as part of the auto industry's bailout during the Great Recession, because there was a recession. That was like 08, going into 09. And where did he get the money from? Did he go in his back pocket? No, he got it from the people. Taxes. That debt, the national debt, which they say is almost 40 trillion, is really closer to 300 trillion. It can never be paid for. Never be paid for it. The whole tariff thing. You thought y'all were doing good. Yeah, you're going to bring a tariff against Chinese. Guess who's paying for that fucking tariff? You dummies. It's a tax. They just gave it another name. See, if you don't know fucking finances, you dead. We went through this Saturday. Henry Ford said, if a nation, let me say this. Henry Ford, there will be a revolution by tomorrow morning. It'll come up. Trust me. The famous quote is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and money system, for if they did, what did I say in the beginning of this video? Anybody says, oh, the price is going up, you don't understand the money system. It is enough that people of the nation or America do not understand our banking and money system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. So they got to keep that lie going. They got to keep you in Wonderland. You know? They got to keep you in Alice Wonderland. So you don't fucking know. Then they start a war, and then they'll give you that patriotic bullshit, and you go to war and you come back with a fucking plate in your fucking skull. You missing a fucking leg. Your girl home, she was fucking your next door neighbor, your brother, and she don't want you no fucking more. The fuck's your problem? Watch the movie Born on the 4th of July, starring Tom Cruise, man. That was a true fucking story about a guy named Kovic. He was 100% America. Love it or leave it, baby. If y'all didn't see that fucking movie, y'all gotta watch that movie, man. And he should have got an Oscar for that role. He got a fucking Oscar. He should have got an Oscar for that motherfucking role. So I said it, right? What did I say about Obama? I said Obama bailed out GMC. If it didn't bail it out, there would be no more GMC. So y'all better wake your stupid. And then the Christian would see, but Jesus and the Father and the Holy Spirit, it's the same. They're the same. Well, where was the Father when Jesus came? The Father was in Jesus. You bunch of fucking retards. Let's listen. I'm sounding like Joe Salette. He be losing it, which I would prove he's a Jake.
Build out the banking system.
I know that's right up down the street from the Bronx Zoo, Arthur Ave. Or if you go a couple of blocks, you hit Fordham Road. Well, no, you go a block, you hit Fordham Road.
To the extent of $29 trillion.
That's a lot of money.
They'll do everything they can to keep the system going, and how
And that debt got pushed on the American people and the world population. Not the men, the Edomite white men who did it.
Now you know where they got this
The
from?
J-
They got this from Jake. Why do you think the only time that Yahushua got physical and knocked over tables and whipped them, and Yahushua he had cardio, bro. He had cardio. He can fight all day. He had the perfect body. He was probably wiry. He fucking people up. He was slapping niggas, kicking niggas in the ass, knocking over tables, and he's whipping them too. And they wouldn't fight him back because they couldn't fight him. That spirit was on him. What were they doing? They were manipulating the money. They were manipulating the money. Because what happened was, 3 times in a year you had to come, but not empty-handed. When you had to give to the priest, and by the way, for this big black blockhead, you know, with his hair transplant, this big black blockhead talking about the Levites never got money in the form of tithes. They got it in animals. Dummy. When these people, when millions of people, the Israelites, came from different regions of the planet for the 3 times in a year, Deuteronomy 16:16, when they came not empty-handed, they came with money, you dumb monkey. They came with their, if there was in Egypt, the Alexandrian Israelites, they had the Egyptian gold and silver, or the silver, whatever. So what they had to do was, what the money changers did was, in order to give to the temple and the priest, they had to switch the money over to the half shekel of the temple. I got that from Bill. What's his name? Bill Still. You got to watch that. Bill Still. Half shekel of the temple to pay the priest, and then they can go and buy things, whatever. Now, when Titus took down Jerusalem, what was the first thing that they did? They raided the temple. They raided the treasury. That's what that arch of Titus is all about. When they had it chiseled on the arch of Titus, them taking the menorah, taking the money, taking the treasures. You mean to tell me Levites had a bunch of loose change that kept throwing it down? No. The way you got your tithes was through anything that 10% of anything that you had. And that included money. So y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, man. So what happened was, they cornered the shekel. They said, well, let's up the price. The price went down. And then when people came in, you know, the Israelites came in three times out of the year, they raised the prices. So you had no choice but to pay the extra price. That's why Yahushua did what he did. The Christians don't even understand that. Because what Yahushua understood finances. The year of release and the Jubilee was there as a what? As a safety valve, so to speak. You got something high pressured, you got a high pressure cooker, that thing gets hot, you got to open up that valve and you got to let that steam out. Bunch of fucking dummies. And people 100 years ago, 1800s, early 1900s, they were far more educated than you fucking dummies today. This school system is a complete waste of... The proof is this. All you clowns that got your fucking degrees, you'll never get a fucking job to pay your student loan back. And Trump is getting ready to garnish your wages. So you ain't giving it up? We're gonna hit your check. We're gonna garnish your shit. I know what it feels like, because they garnished the IRS, garnished some of my money. I call them all, I curse their ass out. I say, you bunch of fucking thieves. What do you mean with it? You are a bunch of fucking thieves. Motherfucker.
A-ish white men who are responsible for it.
See, people,
Your politics.
they don't figure shit out. What did Henry Ford say? I believe that the American people do not understand money and bank and money. For if they did, I would believe there'd be a revolution before morning. That's how I know. I can clearly say it. 99% of the American people don't know shit about money and the banking system.
Politicians and leaders who are responsible for it.
Fraudulent it really is. And you mentioned before about 2019, the repo crisis. What happened in
All these motherfuckers got brand new
2018?
cars. They running and hiding because they ain't paying the fucking bill, and it's fucking up. And guess what? When you repo a car, and you could put car repo. You watch certain YouTube of motherfuckers reaping niggas' cars, right? When the bank, actually it's the bank's car because the dealership is good because they got it from the bank. They set you up with a bank. I know because they set me up with. I said no, I don't like the interest rate. Fuck you. I'll get it some kind of other way. But anyway, it's the bank's car. So what happens is it's the bank that repos the car. And what they do is they got nothing but they got to hope that they can sell it, and they're gonna sell it at a loss, or with the economy, people are not buying shit. Now you got these fucking pickups, Ford GM pickups, the big babies, the 350s and so forth, the big babies. You talking about by the time you pay for that motherfucking truck, you ain't gonna pay for it unless you rich. You talking about 100. By the time you pay for taxes, tariff, everything else, you paying damn near $120,000, $130,000 for a car. Who's gonna pay money for a fucking truck? Huh? So this destroys the economy from within. You got this guy RFK Jr. talking about certain states. When you get your food stamps, you can't buy snacks. You know what's gonna happen? All those snack companies, they're gonna go under because they depend on what people. They'll probably turn it back around. This guy Nero talking about. He's been saying it for the last couple of months. I'm gonna give out $2,000 dividends for the tariff. We made all this money from the tariff. I'm gonna give it back to you. He don't give a fuck about you. You know why he first of all, I'll see when I believe it. And I'm not, and when they send me one, I'm gonna call him and say, "Is it strings attached?" I'll talk to a fucking lawyer. Oh no, we just give it to you. Sure, could put that in fucking writing. Cause I guarantee you there's strings attached. And he's giving you the $2,000 to stimulate the economy, you bunch of dummies. Anyway, there's a beautiful precept that the elder read was James. That's one of my favorites when it comes to this fraud and so forth.
December 2018. The worst Dow since the Great Depression. Yeah. And what happened? Trump called in Jerome Powell. You got to lower interest rates. Jerome Powell lowered interest rates. In January of 2019, equity markets went up, what? Some 22%, and the repo crisis happened. And everybody forgot that when the COVID began in 2020.
Fucking destroyed. That's what utterly fucking destroyed the economy. That thing. And a lot of you, I gotta go give me a shot, man, because I don't want to die, brother. I gotta go get me a shot. And you try to tell niggas don't get it, and they don't listen to you, man. I got a childhood friend that took it, and he died from it. He said he took all them shots, all of them. I said, how many shots? He said, I feel like I'm gonna drop dead. Fucking week later, he was dead, and he knew he was gonna die because of them fucking shots.
When did COVID began, and what happened? Everything started crashing
because it was
all over
planned
again.
that way. That's what's when you bring a building down, you pull it. So what they do? They pulled the economy. As an excuse, they gave you that shit. Plus, the pharmaceuticals became doctors, pharmacists that created these jump shots. If they own the fucking Learjet, they can own 5 Learjets. If they own a yacht, they can own 3 yachts. The rich, that's what you call, what do you call it? Not a vassal. You call it a feudal system where you got the super, super rich and then you got the poor. You got 2 classes. And there's always more poor than the super rich. They did away with the whole middle class. That's what's happening. That's when they had the see Ragamuffin. I used to see it, motherfucking places closing.
And again, you can't make this stuff up. I thought everything would collapse when they locked down everything.
Yeah, because remember what he did. Remember what Nero did? He gave out stimulus checks. Okay? I didn't get one. Everybody around me fucking got one. I said, I don't want one. I don't want his money. You know? I don't want his chop. Inside joke. So you if you're a financial forecaster, you say this is going to happen. It doesn't happen. You know why? Because Uncle Sam said, here you go. There you go. We're not going to say nothing. Don't put it on the news. I'm going to give you $1 trillion. You're good. Don't tell nobody.
What did they do? They moved the goalposts. Quantitative easing as usual. All right? They basically what Esau Edom does, the same thing he does with medicine. He treats the symptoms and not the cause. All right? Medicine has side effects, just as this quantitative easing did. All right? And what is the side effects? A total.
And it's not only quantitative easing; it's a. I don't want to say printing money, because they do it electronically now. It's producing money out of thin air. And when you put that money in the system, prices go up because the dollar loses its value. Because you had a gold and silver standard where you had $20 gold certificate paper. You go in the bank, they give you give me a gold coin, give you a gold coin. They don't do that now, and people don't understand that. They don't understand the what do you call it? The gold standard. They don't understand the silver standard. They don't understand that Nixon closed the window for gold, so it no longer was in the gold standard. So they were able to. At that time, they were able to print money. Now they produce money out of thin air. When you get a credit card, this was back in 2005. I've been going to a bank for a number of years. They said, "Oh, you know, you qualify for a $10,000 credit card." So I said, "What's the interest rate?" And they said 7, which is high, but not too high. I said, "It's all right." I said, "Yeah, give me it." They sent me it. They said, "Oh, you got your 10,000, but it's a 8.5% interest rate." I said, "But wait a minute. Y'all told me it was 7." I said, "I ain't using this motherfucker." I held on to that fucking card. I didn't use it once. Guess what? I didn't owe them a dime. You know what they did? They sent me a nasty letter. "Oh, if you don't use this card, we're going to close your account." I ignored it. And guess what? They closed the account. Because that money came out of thin air. And the way they make their money back is through interest. Interest.
Collapse. Okay? Total collapse. Sirach. Let's go to Sirach now. Sirach 10:1. And it reads, "A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered." And America and the Western and its allies are far from such. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. See, that's why The police departments, your alphabet departments are all so corrupt because the president on down is corrupt.
I just want to show y'all something. Now he read this. He went to James, which is the first precept that come to my mind is James 5. So he read it. So down here, where is it? The King James. Okay, James 5 verse 4. Behold the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields. The rich work. Every time we work, we got to pay tax. So you're working for them, which is of you kept back by fraud. Now the word fraud in the Greek, the translation of the word is kept back. They held something back to you. They didn't give you the whole money. Crieth, that goes to the law. You got to pay a man every day. If you don't pay him every day, he cries to the Lord, and the Most High come against you. And the cries of them, which are the Israelites, which have reaped, are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Now let me read it. Let's see what it says over here. For listen, hear the cries of the field workers, which are workers. That's why when Jake says we got to go to work, it can be any job. You can be the bank job, you can work for IBM, whatever. What do we say? Oh, I got to go to the plantation. We don't really got to go to no plantation, but that's what we say. Whom you have cheated of their pay. How did you cheat them of their pay? They think, well, the price is going up. You ain't getting mad at your boss because you don't understand that your boss is supposed to raise the prices with everything being raised up. It's called, it's called, you can look it up too. It's called adjusted for inflation. You ever hear that? Adjusted for inflation. It says the wages you held back cry out against you. The cries of those who harvest your fields, who work at your jobs, have reached the ears of the Lord of heaven's armies. And that's in the law. That's in the law. What's the law of Moses when it says you treat somebody for their money? Okay, boom, Exodus. I knew it was either Exodus or Leviticus. Mosaic law requires that all people, rich and poor, be treated with equal. That's not what I want. No, that's not what I want. But it might be in the same. It goes into borrowing. What's the law of Moses? When it says you get paid every day. Let's see what pops up. There it is. Boom, boom. To all praises. Let me just open this up. Let me go to the King James. I may even go to the NLT. All right, I'm sorry. Let me go to the. Hold up, y'all. Trying to get it. Come on, man. Let me do it this way, parallel. King James. At his day thou shalt give him his wages, meaning day by day. Neither shall the sun go down upon it. So before the sun goes down, he's supposed to get paid. For he is poor and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against Yahweh unto Yahweh, and it be sin unto you. NLT. You must pay them their wages each day before sunset, because they are poor and are counting on it. If you don't, they might cry out to Yahweh against you, and it would be counted against you as sin. So in this system, you got to work. You working? You ever had a nigga work? He got to get his check once every 2 weeks. You know that dude be hurting, bro. Week number 2, the first week he's good. That next week he's hurting, boy. He borrowing money and all that. So you're supposed to pay a person every day. They call them day laborers. Okay, so now let me come back over here. I'm sorry. Let me close this. Because the elder got me a little hyped over here. Let's listen. I was supposed to do some things, man. I'm supposed to be out.
It says, so are his officers, and what manner of the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. That's why America is just filled with derelicts, with criminals, all right, who have no problem with unrighteous decrees that oppress others. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through prudence of them which are in authority, the city is inhabited. The power of earth is given into the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set up over it one that is profitable. Why? Because the wicked, the low-level Edomites, all right, and the head of that being the Ish people, they're Edomites too. They're no different. The rabbis are constantly calling out America being Esau, that white
That's what
Western.
That's what they're saying. Those scholars and them historians, the small hats, that's what they say now. They say that Rome was the first Edom, and America is the second Rome, or the second Edom. That this is Edom. And they say that the Most High is going to destroy Edom.
In Eastern and European Christianity, it's Esau. That Roman, Catholicism is Esau, which they're 100% true. Right? When they say that. But what they're leaving out is that they're also Esau, as they call it. All right? But Daniel 4:17, the matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men. Right? The lowest of men are in rulership, which is why everything is so ass backwards. Okay? Let's go to the 23-minute mark. We'll get a few more scriptures and get ready to wrap this up. That's 22:55. That's good.
It's two separate fields. And again, look at the government debt. When you're looking at the real numbers, it's over $100 trillion when you put in Social Security and other government debt, not 38 trillion. Then again, the other
is over. The real debt is over 100 trillion. This place is, for lack of a better word, fucked. Sideways every which way from Sunday to Monday, meaning full circle. All right? It's done. It's over.
The thing to watch out for too is Central bank digital currencies,
Uh-oh.
CBDCs. That's going to
What?
be the future.
Oh.
There's no question about it. They're going to make up a new coin, stable coins, right? Orwell couldn't come up with a better name than that.
Damn.
Break into this one for us. I mean, our audience is always curious about CBDCs. Of course, we saw a little bit of, a little bit of wording in and around those executive orders that are supposed to prevent at least a U.S. CBDC. But Europe's going ahead, the EU. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, is this just going to happen?
It's a digitized world.
Yeah.
They want to know every penny you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, and most importantly, so we can get our tax dollars, all right? No cash anymore. You go to China, it's all digitized. Put out your hand, boop, that's it. It's CBD.
Put out your hand, that's it. Digitize. They want to know everything you buy and sell and do. Social credit score. All right, you have to be socially aligned with them to buy and sell, and you also have to have the charagma. There is no way around what is happening and what is about to happen. And these camps like IUIC, ISUPK, all right, that took the bag, that have the 501c3 charter, that run to go and be on these podcasts to try and get fame and just completely disrespect the word of the Lord, His name, and His truth. In a moment, they're gonna be found out and exposed to be the frauds and the liars that they are. All right. To the wise, they already have been, but with some of you are a little slow out there. All right. But this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma. That's what that word M-A-R-K means. Charagma. He said, wave of a hand, because it's going to be in your hand. And he held up his right hand as he did it. They already have this in other countries. Millions of people on the earth already have this. Okay? To receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads.
I'm sorry.
And no.
We know what he's saying. He's saying right now, but this is what it's all going to culminate with the mark. When everything comes together, it's all going to culminate with the mark. The cherry at the top is the mark of the beast. It's going to go from IoT, Internet of Things, to Internet of Everything, and that includes you being chipped. You're part of the Internet. You're part of the framework of the New World Order, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, the Agenda 2030. When you put all those steps together, then it says it only makes sense that the mark of the beast is the microchip. Now, these other camps that he mentioned, either they just don't see it, and if they don't see it, the Most High haven't opened up their eyes. That means they're not of the elect. Or they took a bag. They can see it crystal clearly, but they took the bag, so they said, look, we gave you $10 million. You got to be against it. So either or, you choose one. There's not a third.
No man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. If you do not get this mark, this charagma, you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. You will not be able to do business. No matter if you're small or if you're great. Okay? It is as simple as that. To operate within their totalitarian system. All right, but there's the catch to that, is the beauty of that, is that the Lord tells you in the fullness of their sufficiency, when they're about to fill their belly, the moment that they implement this and make it mandatory and make life impossible for the Lord's elect, everybody's going to find out who the real prophets are. All right. Some of you will have figured it out before then, but it'll be too late. Many of you, you're too late. You're already among the 2/3, and unfortunately, the majority of the people that follow IUIC and ISUPK, they're among that number.
If they don't repent, if they don't say I was wrong, don't take it. If they say go ahead and take it, we don't know how that's going to happen. But it's going to happen. We've been right. We ain't changed a bit. We are absolutely 100%, 1,000,000,000% correct that they are going to chip everybody. And that's when faith kicked in, because I believe certain individuals, and I hope that's not the case, of GMS is going to wind up taking, oh, brother, fuck this, I'm taking it. I didn't need, well, you gonna feed me? I said, brother, I can't feed myself. That's when faith is gonna kick in. Remember when them niggas was out there in the wilderness, they ain't got the Lord, bro, so bad to starve us, to kill us out here. So he sent down manna, and manna, it was the perfect food. It had everything in it to sustain life, and it came from the heavens. Then you had niggas, they said on the day before they passed the Sabbath, I'll give you a double portion of manna. So they would get the double portion because they couldn't pick on a Friday. So they would try to get a double portion on any regular day, and the rest would turn into worms. Because a nigga Lord, well, man, I could get the extra shit and I could sell it to people. That's when faith had to kick in. The first law that they broke was the circumcision. The first generation that went into the wilderness that had babies, they weren't circumcising their kids, the children. What's his name? Joshua, he had the command. He said, we're going to circumcise, line them up, they're going to get circumcised. He got mad. So y'all are hard-headed, man. That's why this time, the Most High ain't going to bring you to no wilderness. He's going to destroy you over here. And then the wilderness, the rebels are what? Are the other Israelites out there that's scattered throughout other nations of the world. And when we talk about the Israelites, when they buck up against it, we're going to bust their heads. It said you're going to come under the rod of the covenant, I believe the word is, would show you that we're not in the new covenant. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Let me see. Let me put in here the rod. I think it's rod of the covenant. Covenant. I think I spelled it right. No, I didn't. Covenant. Let me go to the KJV. Okay, boom, I got it. Beautiful. Ezekiel 20, verse 37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. What covenant is it talking about? It's talking about the new covenant. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and do this just to see what the chat says. Bond of the covenant, right? The Most High reaffirms his covenant, which is a new covenant, his binding promise with his people, the Israelites. After correction, the remnant people, the remaining people, are restored to a committed relationship with him. So the verse says he's going to bring us in the wilderness. When you open it up, let me do this. Covenant is talking about the new covenant. Wilderness. That's 10 times. Wow. Wherefore I caused them that they go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness, and I went through that wilderness. Let me see, 15 years. Now Nate said, we're going right back into the wilderness again. No, we're not. To destroy them, neither end of them in the wilderness. But I said unto the children in the wilderness, what walk ye not in the statutes of their fathers, fury upon them, to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness, a past wilderness. I lifted up mine hand unto them also in the wilderness. That's past tense. And I will bring them into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with them face to face. That's getting ready to happen. Like as I pleaded with their fathers in the wilderness. So Nate is saying we're going back to that same wilderness. No, we're not. I mean, we can, because it doesn't say, you know, the 7 used to say we're going to South America. We're going to a place to get this. We're going to have that power. We're going to be changed. And then we're going to enslave all the nations. Tell them who they are. You Edomites, you go over here. Your Moabites, you go over there. Your Hamites, you go over there. Your Mizraimites, you go over there. When they buck up against us, we're going to use our spiritual power. We're going to destroy them. Your Esau's going to be the main one. Fight. We ain't going down without a fight. Let's roll. Then they're going to get fucked up. Then they're going to realize, well, Jake Paul realized it when AJ busted him up. You're going to get busted up like that too. And then the Most High busted up AJ. Because he's a fucking goofy, man. He was all on the top of the world, and then look, he was in a passenger car. 2 people died, and he was all fucked up. All that bragging he was talking, he got $90 million. All kind of women were around him. He was feeling himself. And Moses said, okay, let me bring your black ass back to earth. You knocked him out, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. So anyway, it doesn't say, it says you're going to go in the wilderness just like your fathers. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going back to that wilderness. Although the most I can say we're going back to the same wilderness, which doesn't make sense. Doesn't specifically tell you that the wilderness is down there in South America. What we're going to do, we're going to go, after the missiles drop, we're going to watch it go down, provided that way of the elect. That's why we say hopefully elect. We're going to see the fireworks, the lake on fire, then we're going to land down on the earth, and then we're going to strategically take over the whole planet Earth. We're going to put everybody into captivity, and we're going to set up the Israelites. Going to have a lot of Israelites that want to be Catholics. You be Catholic, you're going to get your head chopped off. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit more, and then I'm going to close. I'm sorry for going long, but you know how the Spirit rolls.
Do I believe that some of the elect may be among them? A few. But the majority of those people, because they just go to show you how the Lord has a cruel sense of humor to let you get so close, but yet be so far. That just goes to show you the Lord doesn't love everyone.
Not even Israel. He loves the elect. He loved the rest of Israel in the kingdom.
Try to push on some platforms. All right? Because 2/3 of Israel are marked for death. And I believe, it's not even that I believe, I know that a huge portion of those Israelites that are already marked for death are people who follow Bishnate and fat ass General Yohana. All right, which is really the general of absolutely nothing at all. And even worse, them new young niggas with milk on their breath. Titty fresh popped out their mouth. Babies. The Genesis and Hakai, all of that.
Oh, well, they took the bag. They definitely took the bag. That's why they changed the whole name to TGI or whatever Ministries, and I guess that's a 501. See, people are working with them. I believe, I can't prove it, but Divine Prospect is probably working with them. They completely changed the gospel.
Right, many of the 2/3 are going to be labeled among these people, man. So you better wake up to the truth.
If you want to elect.
So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kodash, Kwam, Yasharala, Abba, Babam.
That book out of my face.
What the hell is this? Oh boy. Yeah, that fucking black woman, boy.